Welcome to another edition of Big Woo Top 20 Countdown. We counting down the top 20 reggae songs, man. Plus, we talking to our guest, Joseph Pinner,
So
aka JPZ. You guys, I'm so glad we're in a new year. We're doing it all good, baby. Let's get into this countdown. The number 20 comes from Rude. This song is called Yeezaw. Let's get into it. Yeezaw Rude on Big Woo Top 20 Reggae Countdown, man. Yeah, yo, we did that. That was the number 19 song, Glenn Washington with Feeling Irie. Now we're talking to our guest, Joseph. How you doing, bro?
what's up, man? Thanks for having me on.
No problem. Tell my listeners about yourself, man.
Oh well, I'm an artist out here in LA, doing all sorts of stuff, as a lot of us creatives do. So I make music under the name of JPZ. That's three
Okay.
letters, JPZ. And then I also I produce cartoons. I just came out with a children's book called
Wow.
Cranky Frankie, and
Okay.
the Selfish Shellfish. So that's available. So yeah, I came out with the children's book. So that was a lot of fun working on this cartoon for a long time. I have a project called Cool Crocs. It's an animated series about crocodiles. It started as a Web3, NFT cartoon, and it
Mhm.
snowballed into like a bigger brand. So there's card games and video games and clothing and all sorts of fun we're having there.
Oh wow. Oh wow. You're doing a lot. Um,
Can't
let's
stop.
let's start with the oh gosh, we're gonna start with the what you call it. Let's start with your art. How long have you been doing art?
I mean, ever since I had a pencil in my hand, I was drawing. I would say it was always pretty much cartoon based. Like I was really influenced by reading Garfield comics and Calvin and Hobbes, and I got my first skateboard when I was 7 years old, and skateboarding's always been a big part of my life ever since. And the first graphic was like a cartoon alien, so I think that really had an impact. Just seeing a lot of cartoon style characters and everything, and having that influence my young creative mind.
Wow, wow. So how many books do you have out? How many children's books do
You
you
said books?
have? Yeah.
I just have the one children's book, Cranky
Mhm.
Frankie. I
Okay.
did have some like comic style zines like
Okay.
back in the day, but like those haven't been available in some time now. But I do have an animated short on YouTube called Cool Crocs Episode One. If you type that in, it should pop up on YouTube.
Oh, that's really awesome.
Yeah,
Wow,
it's
you're
a lot
doing a
of
lot. You're a man. You're a Renaissance man, man.
fun.
Wow,
Right?
you did it all. Man,
Got to
what's your
do it.
what's your favorite? What's your favorite thing that you've done?
I mean, Cool Crocs, because it's such a large project, it really has like all my attention, and I put a lot of effort into it because, I think one of my problems for a long time was not being brand cohesive with everything that I did. I kind of had my music over there and I had, clothing over there and I did this over there. But Cool Crocs was my like first attempt at really solidifying everything and putting it all under one brand name and everything. So that's been a lot of fun. Not only we've got the cartoon, but the card games. That's been a lot of fun making some different card games, making the video
Oh,
game. So yeah, there's we got plushies out, and the website is shopcoolcrocs.com, and there you
okay.
can see kind of the breadth of everything that we've done.
Oh, that is so cool. Wow, you're doing a lot. You know what? We're gonna talk more to you. But let's get back in this countdown. The number 18 song comes from Richie Stevens, Bounty Killer, and Willful Skillful. This song is called Friends and Family. Let's get into it. Friends and Family by Richie Stevens, Bounty Killer, and Willful Skillful. Number 18 on Big Old Top 20 Countdown, baby. Yeah. Yeah, you guys, that was the number 17 song. Protege and Todd Joshi is that song was called Where We Come From. And we're talking to our guest, Joseph JPZ. Oh wow. Wow. I'm gonna ask you an obvious question. Why did you choose JPZ?
Uh, I mean, I didn't, right? Like, I
Yeah.
went by JP, and so JPZ is kind of like what people call me. I had some friends call me JPZ since I was pretty young, and then when I
Yeah.
was in Oakland, it really kind of stuck, and so that was just kind of what it was.
Wow. So you were in Oakland. How long have you been doing music?
I started really taking rap seriously in um I mean probably around 2008, 2007.
Okay.
Because I remember when I
Okay.
when I was in college, because like in high school, yeah, I'm from Oregon, and we never
Yeah.
really thought, we could, we were freestyling and having fun, but we never really thought much of it because no one from our rural town ever, did that before.
Hmm.
And then I went to college, and there was a couple people like in a rap battle outside, and they
Okay.
sucked. They sucked, man.
Oh wow.
So
Oh
I
wow.
went and just ate them up. I just did my thing, and then one of the dudes was there. Was like, "Yo, we got a rap crew forming," and so I was just like, "Yeah." And so like ever since then, I was making songs, and I was in college, and so like after college, I started doing my own solo thing. So I mean it's been like 15 years now.
Wow. 15 years. And I was looking on Spotify. I can't tell, but how many albums do you have out?
I have four under JPZ. I think it's four under JPZ. And then I have a project called Gringo Latino.
Okay.
Uh, and that's, oh, so I guess I only have three, yeah, three projects under JPZ. And then
Okay.
I've got two under Gringo Latino.
Ringo Latino. Oh wow. Okay. How'd you get into that? Well, I mean, what's the story on that?
Yeah,
What's the story? Give me the story.
well, me and my homie, he's I mean, we're both white passing Latinos, so I'm mixed,
Okay.
and he's like straight Mexican, but like super white, like
Okay.
yeah, very light skinned, and so we were making music, we were thinking about a name, and I kind of suggested Gringo Latino, and he didn't like it at first because he didn't want to be associated with the Gringo.
Okay.
Um, but then he kind of meditated on it, and he's really big. Like the music is really esoteric. It's really different,
Okay.
and so he liked the idea of like Gringo Latino as kind of like not only what our cultural heritage is or how it could be perceived, but then also
Okay.
like the light versus the dark, and like coming from like the alchemical understanding of what that means. So like we definitely get like really spiritual. We definitely reference astrology and alchemy and like some
Wow.
old esoteric knowledge. Um,
Wow.
yeah, it's like a really fun project. It's like really hip hop at its craft, how
Okay.
it's, a lot of obscure samples, but it ends up taking this like it's a different sound, and it's more suitable now. But when we first came out, like in
Uh-huh.
2017, like I'd never heard anything like that.
Oh wow. For real? Wow. That is cool. I have to listen to that after the show.
Yeah,
It'll be my
it's got some
personal
like
time.
deep messages, some like esoteric, like uh, yeah, it's like it paints a picture, man. You definitely like go somewhere when you listen to that music.
Wow, that's cool. And hopefully I can understand the lyrics because sometimes some Spanish songs I'm like, yeah, you good. And I'm like, I can't understand what you're saying. They could be saying kill all the black people. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I'm like, okay, okay. But you guys, we're gonna talk more to our guest, Joseph Penner. But let's get back into this countdown. The number 16 song comes from Marlon Asher and SZA. This song is called Never See Us Fall. Let's get into it. Never See Us Fall by Marlon Asher and SZA on Big Top 20 Countdown, baby. You y'all know I stole that from Soul Train. Yeah. Yeah, you guys, that was the number 15 song, Christopher Ellis with Lessons of Love. Now it's time to get into your music. JPZ, tell me about this song, Back on My Grizzly. Tell
Hey,
me
this is
about this, please.
hey, a lot of my songs come from real places, and that's exactly how I was feeling when I wrote this. I was moving back to Oakland, and
Okay.
I was just feeling like I getting back, man, getting back on my Grizzly, trying to, the summer was about to hit. I was done with I was shedding that winter feeling, I was done
Yeah.
hibernating and ready to
Well,
get on my Grizzly, and get out there and hustle and do my thing, man.
All right, now let's get into it. This is the first extra song of the week. JPZ with "Back on My Grizzly Too Tough," the remix on Big Top 20 Countdown, baby. Yeah. Oh, yes, that was a really awesome song. Hey, man, we're talking to our guest, Joseph Penner, aka JPZ. Man, why did you choose to do hip hop? What attracted you to hip hop?
I well, I mean, there's a lot. I would say like in the very beginning, like my mom played a lot of gospel growing up,
Yeah.
and my dad was a blues musician. He played a blues harmonica. So,
Okay.
between the blues and gospel, I think, there's a lot of the foundations of what hip hop will become. Definitely like funk. I was a big fan of funk. My parents were big fans of funk.
Yeah.
Oakland is a huge, they're known for what they brought to the funk game. Um,
Yeah.
and so like that was all just kind of in me. And then when I was freestyle rapping in high school, when we started smoking weed, people, we were listening to hip hop, and it just sort of like it was just the soundtrack of the '90s, so
Yeah.
um,
I remember that. Yeah.
2000s. So like we would just smoke weed, listen to rap, and then start rapping ourselves. And like I said, I didn't really think much of it back then, but once I saw people, like doing it around me, I knew
Uh-huh.
the chops to out rap most of the people I was around, and then
Wow.
just from there it just grows. It's just it's a culture. It's this beautiful thing to be a part of.
Yeah. And describe your I want you to just briefly describe your journey from where you're from to Oakland to LA. Just briefly describe it. What made you move all the way from where you're from all the way to LA? Just give me just a brief description, like
Yeah, I
5 minutes.
mean, from a small town with big dreams, like you can't be a big fish in a small pond. That's no fun. So, I knew I was going to get out of my small town. My family's from the Bay, so I always knew I was going to go there. And Oakland's where I like kind of really found home and found community. Um,
Yeah.
and then actually, I was working with hieroglyphics members and
Okay.
Gift to Gab and Zumbi Zionai, and like a lot of them, RIP to Zionai and to Gift to Gab,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
um, they were having a tough time making it in the Bay, and to me, they were legends. Like I was hanging out with A plus and Boots Riley was there,
Okay.
and it's just like it was like this scene to me that was legendary, but that wasn't
Yes.
really making much money. And I had a few
Mm.
people tell me if you really want, like to be able to live um,
Uh-huh.
on how like for how much the Bay Area costs, like you got to go down and make it in LA first.
Yeah.
So I around about that time I also started like really focusing on art as well. I threw an art show in San Francisco, and once I did that show, that was like my own solo gallery show.
Yeah.
I knew like I just had to pursue it. So I moved down here in 2020, right when COVID hit, and it's been rough
Uh-oh.
ever since, to be honest. But we always persevere, we always push through.
That's
I found
right.
a lot of
That's right.
cool, innovation because of it, and that's kind of what Cool Crocs, that brand was born out of.
Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. You know what? I'm gonna talk more to you, but let's get back in this countdown. The number 14 song comes from JC Lodge. This song is called Private Party. Let's get into a Private Party, JC Lodge on Big Old Stop 20 Countdown. Yeah, you guys, we did 3 and 0 for you. You did 14, JC Lodge with Private Party. Number 13 was Kalia with Addicted. She has been on this countdown forever. And number 12 was Youngsta Yaksta with Walk Inside My Shoes. Now it's time to get into the Comedy Corner. The Comedy Corner is somebody new, brand new to the show. Y'all know I always feature somebody who's like on the show before, but this time we got somebody new. This one is called Dunos. His comic is the comic's name is Dunos. Let's get into it. Dunos on the Comedy Corner on Big Old Stop 20 Countdown. Yeah, y'all, that was a very funny Dunos, and we're talking to our guest Joseph Penner, aka JPZ.
Yep,
Hip
yep.
hop, hip hop for free. No, I'm just kidding. No, sir. I'm trying to rhyme a little bit. I can rhyme. I got my diamond. Hold on, because you know
There
what?
you go.
Crazy? You know what's crazy? I wish you had known you were hip hop because I would have been like we could have did like because I remember back a couple of seasons ago, like when I first started doing this, we started like actually no, it was like 7 years ago. When I was working at Kill Radio, we would do a freestyle. We'll do like a freestyle. I was like, pass the mic. Yeah, we can't do that now. Yeah, we can. But hold on. I don't know because you won't be able to hear the audio on your side. But anyways, next
Gotcha.
time we're in person, we'll do it. We'll do it. Describe your wow, you said you do art shows. Man, describe your first art show.
That was a lot of fun because I'd never really done it before. I'd been painting for a long time by that point,
Yes.
and just really wanted a place where I could showcase everything. And fortunately, I knew someone who ran a gallery,
Okay.
and they let me, take over the entire space, which is huge. So I got to fill a lot of space, which is really awesome. I got to use a lot of my previous comic art, some of my, three-dimensional sculptures that I made
Yeah,
out of my cartoons and out of my characters, and got to show some of my early animation work.
that's cool.
So it was a really good thing, and I DJ as well. So I got to DJ, and it was just like a fun
Wow,
atmosphere, fun party, and
that
it
is
led
so
to a lot of
cool.
ideas and where I want to move artistically, and what I'm pursuing now came out of that.
Wow, that is so cool. Do you have a favorite painting that you ever painted?
I mean,
I
I'm
know that's a
partial to
question.
the
That's
to
crazy.
the to the ones. Actually, I'll say the first painting I sold,
Okay.
obviously had like a nice, a
Painted
good
on
place in
it.
my heart. It was the Trix bunny uh
Oh,
getting getting stabbed in the back of the head with a spoon.
oh gosh. Wow,
Uh
what were you thinking when you created that? Oh my gosh. That
yeah, I,
sounds
I did a
violent.
whole series because I have like a cartoon bunny character,
Uh,
and I did a whole series of like the demise of like if he were to beat up all the other like popular bunny cartoons
okay.
in like pop culture, like the Nestle
Okay.
Quick Bunny, the Energizer
Okay.
Bunny, and
Okay.
the Trix Bunny. He killed them all. Um,
Wow. He's like, I'm the only buddy. I'm the only buddy around. Forget y'all.
yup. Yeah, he
Oh,
didn't. Those are sellouts. Those are sellout rabbits. Like he don't mess
yeah,
with.
yeah. That's a mess. Okay. You sell out rabbits. Okay. They were sold to the man. Okay.
Yeah, man, he didn't like that.
Okay. Oh man. The
They went
rabbit gangster.
corporate.
I like that. Your rabbit is a gangster. I like that.
Right? Yeah, they went too corporate. They forgot they were from, a hole in the
Yeah,
ground,
yeah.
so
Where you from, homie? You forgot it?
you had to show them. You had to show them what's
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it, man. I'm not mad at it. That's a mess. But you know what? We're gonna talk more to you because I gotta collect myself a little bit because it's funny. But let's get into oh Lord. I said Lord forgive me. I shouldn't say that S word. But anyways, let's get back to this countdown. The number 11 song comes from Kimani Marley. This song is called New Creature. Let's get into it. New Creature by Kimani Marley on Big Old Stop 20 Countdown. Yeah, y'all, that was we did number 10. That song was Bugle, Buju Banton, and Damian Jr. Gone Marley with Thank You Lord. The Marleys are on this countdown. The song was called Thank You Lord. So let's get this time we get into the second extra song of the week, which comes from you, JPZ. Party on the boat. Tell me the story. You know how I do it.
Hey, so I've been doing ever since I turned 30. I threw a boat party on my 30th birthday, and it was the most fun I've ever had. So I did that every year ever since. Um, and I'm almost 40 now, so it's gonna be nine boat parties every year that I've
Wow.
done. And so this was like yeah, it was my friend gave me a dope beat, and I was like, this is the beat, man. Like, this party on a boat. Like, it's kind of funny. I don't take it too seriously, so it's like I do some stand up comedy myself.
You do?
And
Okay.
and so there's definitely like a funny element. It kind of has like a vibe that's like is it mocking itself, like as a song? But either way, it's fun to turn up. It's fun to, be dancing out there and party on the boat, baby. That's what it's all about.
Let's get into it. The second extra song of the week, JPZ with Party on the Boat on Big Old Top 20 Countdown, baby. Yeah, Party on the Boat. Shoot, yeah, you can party on the boat. I'll be partying on the land because I don't like the water.
Oh yeah.
I don't like the deep sea. Ever since I saw Titanic in '97, I said no boats. I said, yeah, it's crazy. I went on a recipes to what's the name? I'm getting old. I can't remember. But anyways, John Doe. Yeah, that's his name. That's my producer. Lord, watch his spirit's gonna haunt me. We went to spread his ashes on the boat. They had to almost push me. I was so scared. I said no, no parties on the boats for me. No, thank you.
Man,
Especially when somebody gets drunk. I said, I want to see you go overboard.
you're missing out, man. You're missing out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
don't
might
worry
be going.
about don't worry about no Titanic situation. There ain't no icebergs where we go, man.
All right now, I might get on the Carnival cruise just to like get myself, back in the spirit. And plus, some black people can't swim. I'm one of the people that black can't swim, so I'm like, I can't do it. But anyways, we're
In the
talking to
shower.
our guest, Joseph Penner of JPZ. You're a comedy. Wow, you're a comedy too. Wow, what can't you do, man?
Pottery. I can't do any pottery.
Describe your comedy journey to me. I mean, yeah, describe it to me.
Because I started with like 3 panel comics like Garfield, um,
Uh-huh.
because that was an early influence, like the setup punchline was always something I did in my comic strip and in my art, making jokes. And so I was always writing jokes in a different way, and I always really looked up to stand-up comedians my whole life. My
Okay.
my father was a big fan. He showed me, Abbott and Costello,
Oh
back
yeah,
in the
yeah.
day. Excuse me. And but yeah, so that was something that really influenced me, and I was always like a bucket thing. So when I was in the Bay, I was like, man, like I could do this any day because there's open mics every day.
Yeah.
So kind of just like randomly, one time I was just like, I'm gonna do it, and I did it, and I got laughs. And
Okay.
I'll tell you, like, there's, obviously I do a lot of different types of art, and I love it when people like my art in any of its expression. But telling a joke and getting people to laugh, there's nothing better than that feeling. That's the
You're right.
best. Like people can vibe to a song,
I
people can
guess
sing your lyrics, people can like your painting or wear your clothes, but like when you tell a joke and you get everyone to laugh, there's nothing better than that. So,
I'm with you on that. I'm definitely with you on that.
right. So once I heard those laughs, like I was hooked. So I've been off and on, because it's hard, it's tough. I think it's the toughest
I
art form,
know.
period.
Yeah,
Um,
it is.
but ever since I moved to LA, I've been taking it a little bit more seriously because, like I said, COVID happened as soon as I moved here, and that was actually
Wow.
the only art form I could do because you couldn't DJ, I couldn't really rap because all the clubs were shut down, but they had mics like comedy mics in parks and in backyards and in parking lots.
Yeah.
So since I was like
Yeah.
kind of the only thing I could do, I did a lot of that, and I
Yeah.
and I met a lot of people doing it, and I started writing for a comedian, Sammy
Oh,
Obey, and he's doing really well.
wow.
Shout out to him.
That's cool.
Yeah, met a lot of people and just never stopped.
Wow, that's awesome, man. That's really, really awesome. We're going to talk more to you. But let's get back in this countdown. The number 9 song comes from Sugar. This song is called Love Doctor. Let's get into it. Love Doctor, Sugar on Big Old Top 20 Countdown, baby. Yeah. Yeah, you guys, we did 3 in a row for you, Sugar, with Love Doctor. Number 8 was Mikey Spice with Money Talks, which is the truth. And number 7 was Sean Paul with Bring It On. Now it's time to get the Independent Song of the Week. This is another one of your songs, Flying Through the Streets.
Flying
I
through the
love I
streets.
love the title. Come on with it. Come on with the sword.
Flying through
Come
the
on with the sword.
streets.
All right, now I don't know. I don't know the rhythm, but I'm still dancing. Tell me about the story.
uh, Man. So a couple of these tracks, a lot of them, fun to me. Like that's got to be one of the big motivators. And to be honest, the chorus came for this song when I was drunk as hell and I was mobbing on
What?
one of those scooters, the little like when they first came out and they were brand new.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Mobbing down the street in Oakland. I was just flying through these streets. And
All right.
I told my producer like just like yo flying and then he cooked up this beat and then I kind of took it lyrically like with the verses. I talk about living in Oakland, and then I talk about where I'm from in Oregon and like how different it is, right? Because you know both will do donuts in the whip, but they'll do it a little bit differently. Like they got the side shows out in Oakland. Up in Oregon, man, they're mudding, man. They got big trucks and they're doing donuts in the mud, man. So it's similar and very different at the same time, and so that's kind of what I was capturing.
Let's get into it. The end of this song of the week. JPZ was flying through the streets on big old Top 20 Countdown, baby. Yeah. He's dancing. I don't know the rhythm, so I can't dance with him. So Yo, that was the awesome song JPZ flying through these streets. Before we go any further, we're gonna give a shout out to the Bay. That's where I'm from. I'm from San Jose,
Hey,
not that far from Oakland.
hey,
Yeah,
this day, let's go.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. Born and partly raised out there, so we gotta give props to them.
I've been a
Um,
Shark fan all my life, man. Go Sharks.
yeah, San Jose, yeah. 49ers. Don't give me list. We're gonna be in here all night. We're gonna list all my teams from out there. Okay. And it's not about the teams, it's about you, bro. But man, oh man, you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot. Art, music, and comedy. Wow. How do you stay motivated to do all this stuff?
That's a great question. I mean, a lot of it, I don't, I don't really know what exactly it is. I don't have to stay motivated, I guess, because that's one of the reasons why, like, having so many, like, you know, different arsenals, like in the belt, like so many different things to go with, so many different,
Yeah.
colors to paint with, so to speak. Like, sometimes I'll get kind of frustrated with my music, a little bored with my music,
Yeah.
and yeah, maybe I'll lack motivation with music, but then I'll start looking like, oh, I haven't done like clothing in a while, or like I haven't written a joke in a while, like so I'm always kind of going, I'm always kind of sputtering, and my mind's
Yeah.
always moving, so it's more curiosity than anything that drives the motivation, I'd say, and just like absorbing what's around me and seeing like, oh, now I had that, like that impetus gave me this idea, and is this idea a comic? Is it a song? Is it a painting? Is it a joke? Like, so how can I distill this idea into a form of art? And there's always ideas. So I guess that's
Yeah.
what like keeps me going is that sometimes I'll be like I'll hit a dead end or a roadblock or a creative block in one of my disciplines, but then the idea will find its way into some other thing. And it's like, oh, okay, that can do this, or and so yeah, just like that kind of keeps me always moving because there's always so many, if like the metaphor of like this the plate spinner, right? Like there's always a plate up
Right.
that's spinning, and so like if I lose one, I lose that motivation there. But like I've got three more that I go, ooh, like now I'm like into this one. Like this one I want to like get going, and so
Yeah.
that keeps me moving. It keeps it fresh.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You know what? And before we go, I always gotta before we go back into the countdown, I always tell people how I met the person that I'm interviewing. We met over at Marwan's event. He was, you know what? It's crazy. He was a guest. Was it last week? Yeah, he was a guest last week.
Okay.
Wow! And we met over at his event. Over at the Level Up, was it Level Up Hotel? I don't know where it
Level,
was.
yeah.
Anyway, I don't know the hotels. Anyways, and then I was like, it's crazy. He was telling me all things. I was like, wow, I want you to have you as my guest on my show. I think it was like 2, 3 months ago. Yeah, man. And then on top of that, I hooked him up with the lady she wanted to do a children's book. So hopefully that goes well with y'all. Y'all, if it goes well, credit me. If it doesn't, don't even mention my name. You
I
don't know
got
me,
you,
man.
or I don't got you, whichever one is what makes sense.
You don't know me. I don't know you. I don't know you, brother. If it don't go nowhere.
Yeah,
But it is.
that was a cool event. That was
Yeah,
a cool
and
event.
I was so happy to meet you, man, because you seem like a really good person, man, and I also
Likewise.
got to check out your Instagram, bro, and I was really feeling so I said, you know what, you coming on my show? If I don't have anybody else on my show, you coming? You know what I'm saying? That, but you know, that's how we
Appreciate it,
met,
man.
y'all. Out of all the things that you've done, what is your favorite thing to do?
Ooh. Uh I really do like being like on stage.
Yeah,
Uh, I don't really care what form. That's the Leo in me. I
yeah,
like being in the limelight. I like and I don't really do my songs live too much anymore. So most of my
okay,
stage time is comedy now. Um,
yeah,
but whether it's rapping or DJing, because I used to DJ at clubs and everything. Um,
okay,
or we're doing comedy. Like there's something about just holding that space, um, being on stage and getting people to react, whether it's, getting people to laugh at the right time, getting people
yeah,
to dance because you're, controlling the vibes as a DJ, or whether you're
okay,
trying to get people to like hear your words because you're rapping to them. Like either
yeah.
way, it's that type of communication is really fun.
Wow, that is so cool. That is so cool. You know what? We're going to talk more to you and we're going to get in your business next. But let's get back in this countdown. The number six song comes from Skip Marley. This song was called Close. Let's get into it. Number six, Skip Marley with Close on Big Old Top 20 Countdown, Mom. Yeah, I got a little reggae in me. You guys, that was the number five song, Protege with Barrel Bun. Now it's time to get into old school gem of the week. In 3 days, this woman will be 67 years old. She's a legend in the game. She hasn't released a song in like what's that, almost 20 years, but to still love her anyway. We're talking about the legendary Anita Baker. And this song is
Woo.
called "Same Old Love," my very favorite song by her. Let's get into it. Old school gem of the week, Anita Baker with "Same Old Love" on Big Old Top 20 Countdown. Yeah, y'all. From beginning to end, 365 days of the year. I want the same old loving, baby. Yeah, that's my jam, man. Man, if I could play that song all this countdown, I would. I love that song. It's my very favorite song by Anita Baker. And we're talking, speaking about love. Ooh, I set you up, brother. I set you up. We talking about, what your love life look like. Shout out your boo, man. Shout out your
Oh,
boo.
shout out. Yeah. Michelle Lyson Chu. She's my boo and she does a lot. She's also a very creative person. She's on Instagram. She does a lot of food. She's like a food content creator, food
Okay.
influencer. So she does a lot of good food content if you're looking for that. She also is makes dog content, and
Oh,
has a
okay.
business making handmade leashes. So
Oh,
that's shopkonos.com.
all
And
right
yeah,
now.
check her out. Really cool leashes. Really, actually, the best leashes. Like, I don't know if anyone's got dogs, like sometimes the leashes are hard to clean,
Yeah,
they get dirty and whatnot. These are super light. They're the lightest, material, and they're also super easy to clean. So you look good with your dog. You know what I'm saying?
that's right. That's right. Shout out your boo, man. I like that you got your boos back. Some people are so cool. I don't have them. You know, come on now. Shout them out, baby. Shout out loud and proud. Okay. I'm getting a little bit too excited. But you guys, now it's time to get really kind of serious. Um, Give like a minute of inspiration of somebody who wants to do what you're doing as far as whatever you're doing in your career. Give somebody advice, like a minute of advice. I'm
Man,
timing
just
you.
okay. The most important thing is self-awareness. Know who you are.
Yes.
Really, really get in touch with the depth of your soul. The purpose of your soul, and do what that love and that energy that you get from doing exactly what you like are made to do.
Yeah.
Find that, and let that be the light that guides you. You know, I'm a very spiritual man. I know you are, and that's definitely a good way, you know, to meditate, pray, and hear those answers from God to help you steer in that direction. But you know, whatever the label is, if it's the universe, if it's whatever, it doesn't matter. Your soul's connected to the everything, to the all, to God. So
Yeah,
if you can hear that, you know, emanating within you and follow that as the guiding principle and do whatever that is, I believe, you know, you'll find your purpose that way. You'll find what lights you up, what gives you energy. Um, and that's what it's all about, you know, doing the work that we were, you know, meant to do on this earth.
that's right. That's right. That's right. Thank you so much. You know what? But we gotta get back in this countdown. Don't go yet because we're gonna close out with you. But let's get back in this countdown. The number 4 song comes from Louis York and Gramps Morgan. This song is called "Have a Little Light." Let's get into it. "Have a Little Light" by Louis York on Gramps Morgan, number 4 on Big Old's Top 20 Reggae Countdown Month. Yeah, you guys, we did a 3 in a row for you. We did Louis York and Gramps Morgan, number 4 with "Have a Little Light." Number 3 was Olaf Blackwood featuring Shaggy with Sector Selector, pull it. And number 2 was Pressure Brispy with Haunted. Now it's time to get into the number 1 song. The number 1 song has been the number 1 song, gosh, ever since for like almost like 2 3 months. This is by Damon Jr. Gone Marley. He's a legend in the
Let's go.
reggae field. Let's get into it. The number 1 song is called Banner. Let's get into it. Damon Jr. Gone Marley with Banner on Big Old Top 20 Countdown. Yeah, you guys, that was the awesome Damon Jr. Gone Marley. Uh, Joseph, how can people reach you?
JosephPennerArt.com is my artist website that has everything. I mentioned shopcoolcrocs.com, and through those sites you can find all of my social media. I have a bunch, whatever it is, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, uh man, I'm on all of them. TikTok, Snapchats, Discord,
Oh
all of
wow.
every single one.
Do you begin your groove on TikTok?
No, but I make characters that dance on TikTok.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. I want to say thank you to my guest, Joseph Penner, aka JPZ. It was a really great interview. Thank you. Thank you. And also want to say thank you to all the stations that carry us. We're back on the Block FM. We're also back on what's it called? I forgot the name place. When you get old, you forget. So
I've heard.
uh, what's it called? Kill Radio. That's the one we started out with. And also want to thank you to the Spotify. Also, I'm forever going to shout out the XMA Awards. I thank you guys so much for giving me an award for Best Inspirational Album. I love y'all. Thank you to the Podcast Awards. We won 2 awards. Thank you guys for that. And you know what? This is we're in the 9th season. This is our 338th show, man. I want to say thank you guys for sticking with me, being a great audience with me. And also, you guys, we're gonna have a trivia question to get this book, my latest book, poetry book. What did he say was what did he say was the name of his first song? Anyways, yeah. I think we'll do that. And we're gonna give the inspirational thought. Inspirational thought is never give up, because the moment you give up is when you lose. And we always end this with a gospel song. The gospel song is not me. It's not me. It's by the awesome Kirk Franklin and God's Property, because his birthday is coming up in 3 days as well. And this song is, you know what? Stomp! Let's get into it. Stomp by Kirk Franklin and God's Property featuring Salt on Big Old South 20 Countdown. May God bless you. May God keep you. Uh-oh. Until we meet again.